This is the kind of stuff that just drives me nuts. It's one thing about the sync licensing industry that I hate, and all I can do is warn you guys, potentially, hopefully, that when you guys get approached by certain less than forthright individuals in this industry claiming that they can help you get placements, be aware of this kind of stuff. It's been out there for a long time, and they still pop up from time to time. This was actually a comment that I got just a couple of days ago in one of my videos. And I did ask if I could share his comment, and he did say yes. But just read this with me, and you'll see what I'm talking about here. So this is great. I have a question. I was charged hundreds of dollars to get a placement. What? Right off the bat, who is charging you hundreds of dollars to get you placements? Okay, be careful about that, right? After 2 months of sparse communication, I inquired about the lack thereof. Okay, so this person is not communicating, not letting them know what they're doing, what they're pitching their music to, what's going on. This member just asked him, what's going on? How come there's no placements and what's happening? He was threatened to be blackballed for being impatient. Okay, so this member pays this guy, we find out later, that's not a company, but it's just a guy who's advertising here on YouTube. I don't know who it is. I asked him who it was. He didn't want to tell me who it was. That's fine. But it's not really about the guy. It's just the fact that you guys need to be aware that these kind of predatory practices are out there. Okay. And this person basically said, stop bothering me. Thank you for your couple of $100, but basically leave me alone. And if you keep bothering me, I'm going to blackball you and say terrible things about you to the industry. Okay. I doubt this person is very connected if he's behaving this way, if this is how he's running his operation, the person that he gave his tracks to. I can't imagine this is a very legit person. It was pretty expensive, so I thought I could at least inquire, but I was mistaken. Yeah, I guess you were. He certainly let you know that you were mistaken. And this is where it really hit me pretty heavily. Is this how the licensing world works? This is a common thing that I've heard from a lot of people out there. They see a lot of these companies and these people doing this stuff, and they think it's all scams. It's all bullshit. Sorry, I know I never swear on this channel, but I get affected by this stuff because this is my world, right? This is my income. This is my industry, and I want to be proud of it. And I want to think of it as a really awesome outlet for very talented and hardworking producers to do well. And when I see these jerk-offs like this doing this to people and offering these kind of ridiculous, dumb deals, taking advantage of people who don't know that this is not how the licensing world works. You don't have to sign with these ridiculous deals to get accepted by music libraries. No, it really does hit me that way. Is that legal? Legality of this kind of stuff, if they're not giving you any sort of like, we will guarantee you 2 placements in a certain amount of time, what's legal, what's not legal? Basically, you would say, is it fraud? That's a tough one because you'd have to, if it's going to be fraud, you'd have to prove that this person took your tracks, didn't even do anything to try to place them, didn't pitch them, didn't do anything. How do you have proof of any of that? You really don't. And that's why you probably shouldn't be going, obviously, with anybody like this, where if they're saying, I'll pitch your music, don't worry about it. Do you really know if they're even doing that? You probably don't, right? Should I be worried about that threat? Probably not. I'll be honest with you. No, I would just basically stop working with this company. And no longer deal with him at all. You seem to have a lot of experience. Just curious, a bit confused about that deal. If anyone could help, yeah. So I basically just said, like, this is not how the licensing business works. What company did you go through? Because I want to find out who's doing this. And here's what he said. He never represented himself as being affiliated with an actual company. He just claimed to have connections with music supervisors that accept upfront payments. So this is another problem. So somebody's coming to you saying, oh, we've got all these connections to this person, these libraries, this and that, and they're not telling you who they're connecting you to. Red flag. Do you even know that they have connections and what they're doing? What are their credentials? How long have they been doing this? What placements have they secured? Are you seeing any of that kind of stuff? If not, again, watch out for this stuff. According to him, if you paid, you could get placed simply because he would co-produce to ensure it would get placed. Okay, so I don't know if this person, he didn't say anything about getting the tracks back that he co-produced. He didn't mention if he did or did not do that, but this is one of these little fishy things where you could say like, well, I have to sort of co-sign or co-produce or mix your music in order to get it acceptable. So that's why you have to pay me all these fees up front to shop your music, right? So, is this legal? Is it not legal? It's a gray area, okay? So the chances of you being able to like file a lawsuit against somebody like this, pretty small, I'll be honest, because this is probably some very small dude who doesn't have a big operation that even if you did win a lawsuit, what are you going to get out of it? Your $200 back or whatever you did? I mean, it's not even really worth the time and effort. Just best to cut your losses and not ever do this again, and be aware and be cautious for these kind of people moving forward. No contract negotiations, split sheets, or submission formats. So they didn't ask for any of this stuff. No metadata, just pay to play. So the guy didn't ask for any information that would help him get placements with this member's tracks. Another red flag. Libraries ask for this stuff. They need stems, they need metadata, or they're going to create it themselves. They're going to need stuff cut in a certain format so that they can get it placed. So watch out. Again, he says the guy advertises similar services on YouTube. I'll just say that I had not found you. I would be really lost based on your response of acknowledging that the licensing business does not work that way. He will do it to someone with way more money influence than me. That would eventually bring about his demise. It just takes time. So yeah, it's true that this person is going to go out of business very quickly, and I hope that I help him go out of business very quickly. I don't know who it is, what he's doing, but just be aware. You're here on YouTube, you're searching for videos or tutorials or whatever, and somebody comes along and they say, hey, I'll get you those placements. I'll do this. Just give me your money and I'll shop it for you. And don't bother me. Don't talk to me. Don't ask any questions. You ask questions and I'll blackmail you. This is all fear. This is all intimidation tactics. This is not an ethical. Whether it's legal or not, I'll put that on a 50-50, but certainly not ethical. Okay, this is very unethical what this person is doing and what other people have done. I've seen this out there before. What I recommend you guys do is go directly to music libraries. Submit to them directly. Do not go through these agents, these placement helpers, these whatever they call themselves, and they charge you money to do this stuff. They are taking advantage of you because they know you don't know this, right? Hopefully this video can educate at least a couple of hundred of new producers that are getting into this business. If you know a new producer, you know anybody that wants to get involved in sync licensing, share this video. I don't want to hear any more stories of these sharks going out there and preying on people who don't know this stuff, because what they know is that you could go directly to a music library and get a contract and not have any middleman between you. And in fact, libraries are not going to be charging you to submit to them, okay? That's not going to be happening. So they know that, but what they want to do is fuzz it up a little bit for you, fog it all up. You can't really get placements unless you go through somebody very connected like me. That's the approach. That's the marketing that they're doing here. Very unethical. It's not true. It's misleading. It's false. It's all of those things, okay? So this is how, if you want to succeed in licensing, forget all those people that are giving those sort of like, I'll pitch your music and just give me either 50% of your writer share or pay me all this money and I'll do it. Forget all of that. Say no to all of those terrible deals. First of all, directly partner with music libraries. That's what you need to do, and make high quality music that is useful for them. That's it. Rinse and repeat those 2 steps month after month after month, year after year after year. That's how you're going to succeed. That's it. There is no shortcut to this where you just pay somebody a couple $100 and then they launch your career. Imagine if you wanted to be a real estate investor. Do you think it's wise? You're going to be a professional real estate investor. Do you think it's wise? 2 options you have, right? One is you go do the research, you look through listings, you maybe get a real estate agent, and you go get the brokers yourself and you make offers yourself. The other is you see this offer online for somebody that says, give me $500 and I'll find the best real estate deals for you. Which one? It's obvious, right? You guys know serious professionals do not pay. They don't do that kind of stuff. They don't pay middlemen that'll promise them the world with nothing to show for it, okay? And with all these red flags in front of you, and then get mad at you when you ask, hey, where's my deals? I gave you all this money. Where are my deals? Oh, well, shut up. Leave me alone. Like, I'm working on it. Like, if you keep bothering me, I'll make sure you never do any real estate deals, right? You can see the writing on the wall. Not good stuff. A lot of sharks, especially in the music business in general, and especially online. You got to be careful with this stuff. And this is where I did actually ask him if I could share it with the channel, and he did say here that absolutely he said he could. So anyways, thank you so much, Pitts Business. I do appreciate it. I'm so sorry, man. Yeah, unfortunately you got taken advantage of there, just because, this person reached you before you probably saw a video like this. So that's why I want to put this video out there, so that those of you that have not been into this industry for long, you now know. Watch out for this stuff, steer clear of this stuff, and just directly partner with music libraries. You don't need middlemen like this. You don't need to be shelling out money to somebody that's going to promise you placements. They're taking advantage of the fact that you don't know this concept that You don't need middlemen. You can go directly to the source. So thank you guys so much. Please leave a comment below. And again, do share this with other producers. This is really important stuff. It's going to save people lots of money. It's going to save them a lot of headache, and a lot of heartache too. So you're doing a really good deed by sharing this around. So thank you guys so much.